Welcome student, this is the lecture number 4 of sound. In the last lecture, we have studied what the factors affects the speed of sound. In this lecture, we are going to study the echo. What is mean by echo? How does it form? Then the qualities of sound like pitch, timbre, and the loudness. Let us see all these points in detail. So let us first see what is mean by echo. आपल्याला माहिती आहे की जेव्हा आपण एखाद्या डोंगराळ भागात जातो आणि आवाज आपण जेव्हा आवाज देतो त्यावेळेला थोड्या वेळाने आपलाच आवाज आपल्याला ऐकू येतो. दॅट इज नोन ॲज दी इको. When does it happen, and what is the main condition to happen this, that we are going to see. Like the light rays, light reflect, like that the sound also shows the reflection. So when does it reflect? What is the minimum distance, what should be the minimum distance to happen the इको? कारण प्रत्येक वेळेला आपण जेव्हा बोलतो त्यावेळेला प्रत्येक वेळेला आपल्याला रिफ्लेक्ट होऊन आवाज आपल्याला परत येत नाही. तर त्याच्या मागचं काय कारण आहे आणि व्हॉट इज द कंडिशन टू हॅपन दी इको? आता see here, a man is shouting here, and this is the original sound. When hits to the wall or a hill, then it again reflected, and which produces the इको. आता इको येण्यासाठी मिनिमम 0.1 सेकंड ह्युमन इयर कॅन रिटेन द व्हॉइस टू 0.1 सेकंड. म्हणजे आपण जेव्हा बोलतो त्यावेळेला 0.1 सेकंड पर्यंत आपला आवाज आपण रिटेन करून ठेवतो. 0.1 सेकंदापर्यंत लगेचच दुसरा आवाज आला तर आपण तो कॅच करू शकत नाही. सो टू फॉर्म और टू रिसीव द इको, द टाइम मस्ट बी ग्रेटर दॅन 0.1 सेकंड. आणि आपल्याला माहिती द velocity at something 22 degree temperature, the velocity of sound is 344. So the minimum distance, if we want to calculate to happen the echo, that should be, as we know, the velocity is equal to distance upon time. And if we need 0.1 second, minimum 1 second to get the echo, then we must put here d is equal to 0.1 second. So 2d must be 344, because at certain normal temperature 22 degree centigrade, the speed of sound is 344. As we know, the speed of sound depends upon the temperature. As the temperature goes on increasing, the speed of sound also increases. So at 22 degrees centigrade, the velocity of sound is 344, and here we have took this 344, and from that the distance is equal to 17.2 meter. So when the object or the wall or the hill is at 17.2 meter away from you, and then only you can perceive or you can receive the echo. Minimum distance, आपण जेव्हा सोर्स पासून तो ऑब्जेक्ट रिफ्लेक्टिंग वॉल पर्यंतचं जे डिस्टन्स आहे ते मिनिमम किती असलं पाहिजे? 17.2. त्याच्यापेक्षा जर कमी असेल तर यू कॅनॉट रिसीव्ह दी इको, बिकॉज मिनिमम टाइम should be 0.1 second. After that only you can receive the another sound. So this is the echo. Now this echo is very much useful in this for the, we can see the in uh, many of the animals and birds also uses this echo science, or अकॉस्टिक्स आपण म्हणू शकतो त्याला. तर इकोच चा जो वापर करून बॅट्स काय करतात, त्यांचं जे भक्ष्य असतं ते पकडण्याचा प्रयत्न करतात. दे थ्रो सम व्हॉइस और साऊंड फ्रॉम देअर माउथ, अँड दॅट sound again come to them by reflecting, and by that they can recognize their prey. Where is the prey that can they can find out easily by using this trick, that is the echo. Now the echo, there are some applications of echo to find the submarines from surface ships. You must have heard about the sonar, that is sound navigation ranging. In that also, this is this is used the echo sound is used to find out the submarines from the surface of ships, when the particular sound, the particular frequency of sound is released, and the time required to come back, or the from the echo, the every that technique used to find out the submarines, if there are something. And also in the fishing boats, to find the large shoals of fish. तर माशांचं कुठं एखादा असा मोठा ग्रुप आहे का, तर हे शोधण्यासाठी सुद्धा त्याचा उपयोग होतो. टू मेजर द डेप्थ ऑफ द सी बाय युझिंग दिस इको, अँड बाय मेकिंग सम कॅल्क्युलेशन, हाऊ मच इज द डिस्टन्स फ्रॉम इको किती वेळानंतर आला, तर त्यावरून आपल्याला सीची डेप्थ सुद्धा काढता येते. अँड ऑल्सो टू लोकेट द संकट शिपरेक और cargo. These are the some applications of echo. Now let us see what are the qualities of sound. The first quality is the pitch. Pitch is nothing but the it is related to the frequency. When now what is mean by frequency? Frequency is the number of oscillations in one, or number of vibrations in unit time or in 1 second. Now this pitch is nothing but the frequency. Now lower the frequency and you can call it as a lower pitch. Of having the high frequency, we can call it as a high pitch. So the it refers the characteristic of sound. For example, if we talk about the woman's voice, it is called to be the higher pitch. They have the sound with a high frequency than the man's voice. And even in the violin, it has the high pitch than the cello. म्हणजे जो काही श्रिलिंग असा आवाज असतो, that is the voice of the woman is said to be of the higher pitch. म्हणजेच काय, तर the sound has the higher frequency. The number of oscillations are greater or higher than the man's voice. Okay. The second is the quality is the timbre, or we can say it as a quality of sound. कोणत्याही व्यक्तीला आपण जेव्हा फोनवर बोलतो, किंवा फोनवरून एखाद्याचा आवाज ओळखतो, किंवा अदरवाईज न बघता एखाद्या व्यक्तीचा आपण आवाज ओळखतो, दॅट इज द टिम्बर, दॅट इज द क्वालिटी ऑफ साऊंड, अँड इट इज द इंटेन्सिटी of the sound. By that only we can recognize the person, animal, or bird by this quality. That is, upon and this can be changed in the according to the टेम्परेचर ऑल्सो, अँड अकॉर्डिंग टू द समजा एखाद्या व्यक्तीला सर्दी खोकला असेल किंवा टेम्परेचर, तर त्यावेळेला सुद्धा ही जी क्वालिटी आहे साऊंड क्वालिटी, ती बदलण्याची शक्यता आहे. इट इज रिलेटेड टू द इंटेन्सिटी और वेव ॲम्प्लिट्यूड, किंवा यालाच आपण लाऊडनेस असं सुद्धा म्हणू शकतो. अँड बाय दॅट वी कॅन रिकॉग्नाइज दी पर्सन्स. दिस इज द मेजरमेंट ऑफ हाईट ऑफ द साऊंड वेव. Since it is related to the amplitude, it measures the amplitude, that is higher the amplitude, higher is the intensity. Lower the amplitude, lower is the intensity of the sound, and that is the particular quality of the sound. Everyone has their own quality of sound. So what is the loudness? The loudness is nothing but the, it is related to the amplitude, and it varies as the square of the amplitude. It varies as the square of the amplitude, and larger the amplitude, larger is the louder is the sound. And this can be given in the this intensity, having the SI unit Weber per meter square, and in decibels also the intensity is given, like the I in dB is equal to 10 into the intensity in bell also. So this much part is in the bell, and this, if we multiply this quantity with 10, we get the intensity in decibels. Also the loudness of sound depends upon the distance from the source. म्हणजे जो काही सोर्स पासून जितका तुम्ही लांब जाल तितका तो जो लाउडनेस आहे तो कमी कमी झालेला दिसतो. सो ॲज it is inversely proportional to the square of the distance from the source of the sound. So this only depends upon the logarithm. It is linearly depend upon the logarithmic quantity of these intensities, the ratio of intensities. So when there is a change, when we double the intensity, that means it does not become the sound also double, but it is the logarithmic or exponential scale, and this is the I, and that is the intensity. And it does not mean that intensity is doubled so the voice or loudness is also doubled. It, that we cannot say, because it is the logarithmic change, or it is the exponential scale. So, and also I is inversely proportional to the r square, that is the distance from the source of the sound. Here we can compare the frequencies of sound with with the same loudness means they are having the same amplitude. Okay, here the amplitude of the wave is same, but only the frequency is changed here. And here the upper wave has the lower pitch, that means it has the lower frequency. And in this case, the pitch is higher, means the frequency is higher. Though these are having the same loudness, the pitch is different in this case. So in as compared to the bass guitar, the as compared to the guitar, the bass guitar gives the higher pitch. Now we can also compare the loudness of sound with the same frequency. Though these two has the same frequency, see here the number of vibrations are same here, though the since the amplitude is vary, so the amplitude of both the are different. By that we can hear the sound of a tiger is louder than the cat. Here the cat has a soft sound because the amplitude of this sound wave is smaller than the amplitude of this wave, that is it has a greater amplitude. That's why we are hearing the tiger's voice louder than the cat. So whenever the louder musical notes can be produced by the hitting the instruments harder, so as to produce vibrations of greater amplitude. जेव्हा कधी हार्ड हे नोट्स पाहिजे असतात त्यावेळेला जास्त इन्स्ट्रुमेंट are hit to be the hitting the instruments harder, so to produce the greater vibrations of the greater amplitude. So here the qualities of the sound are finished here. In the next lecture we will see about the Doppler effect. We will study about the Doppler effect in the sound. Here the lecture number 4 will I will end this lecture. Thank you.